HRG versus TCM.
That's right, and it looks like we have Vince on the attack to begin things here, so let's go ahead and follow his progress as we move along here. Collide, of course, a map that's been around in the map pool essentially since the very beginning. I casted this since we were doing Beta 1 back in the original days of Shootmania, so
wow.
Tried and true map that's
this is
helped
really
the test
aggressive.
of time.
He's I actually haven't seen anyone take such an aggressive route. He's just like bull rushing the defensive team here. If he picks someone off, that would be huge.
It would be. TCM was playing pretty far back there, as a lot of teams do. Some teams will post up some people around towards the front arches, which we'll point out later on in the next or subsequent attack rounds. But Vince, no real open looks on the defenders, but he's doing a good job of avoiding those rockets.
Yeah, that was really close. He's actually going to rush into Drake. He is coming around the side here. If he hits him, that would be insane. Oh, but he's backed in the corner. This is really dangerous. 2 armors goes down very quickly. Oh, man. I was actually really excited there. I haven't seen anyone play this map quite that aggressively. Usually they'll pull around the right side of the map. You know, you have those walls over there, those little U-shaped buildings. But I don't know, it should be interesting to see what Dalla Dave does now. Yeah, I mean, you see where HRG's posted up. Now, this is what I was referring to a little bit before. TCM was a little more around the capture point. Worked well for them, but did allow HRG to at least get a look at the actual goal itself for a while. Dalla Dave, though, has gone completely around the defenders. Now, we'll see if he's able to pick anyone off as they try to retreat towards the capture point, but it looks like, unfortunately for him, all of HRG have already made their way back there, except for poor Billy, who's sitting underneath that arch and gets 2 quick shots and the 3rd to finish off that attack round. Poor Billy crushing him. Oh, Billy. Should we call him Dalla Dave or Dalla Dave? What, like, how would you think that his name is going to be pronounced here?
It sounded like you said the same thing twice in a row to me. So that's really that's good enough for me, honestly.
Dalla, never mind. Poor Billy. Oh, Billy coming up here. He did have that defense the last round, so making his way to the right side. Quick sweep through the building, and he's going to come around the right side real quick. I don't think they spotted him. Oh, Drakeus just did, so we'll see if anyone comes down on him.
Oh, Billy Baru. All right. So TCM pretty much staying with the same defensive points here. Poor Billy going to try and do what Vince couldn't. Stick around the side and pick off Drakeus, but no. Drakeus holds strong and actually lands an armor loss there. Oh, Dalla Dave with another one from around the side, and poor Billy down to his last breath.
Yeah, so weaving a little bit there, but they are able to take him down. Alliance coming in here, so we'll see what he can do. I have noticed in the past, looking at this map, because it is like an older map, and there's been a lot of changes with Shootmania, which are really awesome changes, like you know, grappling hooks and wall jumps and whatnot. It is a little bit more of a defensive map than some of the other maps that we see. There are some cool things that you can do here, like this. Oh man, I love that. You have a really protected wall jump to come right up the up there, but he actually misses it. So, getting shot real quick. He actually turns around, picks up poor Billy, so that is absolutely huge.
All right, so now Lions coming from around the side here. 2 armors, 2 defenders left. Not really satisfying when you pick off the 1 defender for 1 armor. We'll see if Alliance can turn anything around from this. Oh, had an open shot on Vince. Can't, unfortunately, land it. Esper from around the side. Now just the last defender remaining. We'll see if Alliance can get the first attack point here on the board. Yeah,
the offense is actually at a good advantage here. He's trying to pick her off through that capture point. She's going to have to play really defensively here, but he can rush it down. 2 armors. He's going to go for the capture. He does pick her up, so he does get the first attacking round. And like we said, since this is more of a defensive map, that is going to be really difficult for them to deal with. But, you know, they still have a number of rounds left. Now Esper coming in for her attacking round. Let's see if she can do it.
All right. Well, she's going to make her way up around the left-hand side. This is an alternate attack route. You don't see a lot of people take this because if the defenders are able to pick you up a little bit earlier, you're kind of sequestered into that little corner, and it's pretty easy to spam rockets down your way. But Esper now, let's see, she's going to make her way around the top. This is always a difficult position to be in because if someone's able to pick you off once, it pops you up in the air, and you have a really predictable path for falling down towards the goal, and usually you'll actually drop fairly quickly.
Yeah, and that +0 there, that was a rocket kill, so, you know, just for anyone who hasn't followed Shootmania, almost picking up one there, and she is hopping around. Oh, does get hit once, so we'll see if she can grab anyone. They are playing very defensively, not allowing her a lot of shots, and then peeking out whenever her laser is down, so we'll see. Oh, she does go down.
Yeah, unfortunately picked off from around the side. That's a big advantage now for TCM. I mean, we talk about it so often. Shootmania is a relatively defensive game. More often than not, the top teams will trade defensive rounds, and it's really those occasional attack rounds that really separate the matches here. So just being down 1 attack round, you see the disparity in score already. 4-1 advantage for TCM, looking good on map number 1.
Yeah, now Drakeus going with a normal attacking route will peek through that building. No one's hiding there. A lot of times you'll see a team post up a member for that like defensive point right inside that little building there. Oh, he he picks up the quick turnaround onto poor Billy, so that's definitely going to be a nice opportunity for him. He does have a guy to his left, I think, hiding behind the fence still, so we'll see if he turns on him or if they've actually both repositioned by the capture point.
I think you're right as well. Esper playing the same spot you did last time, almost lands a couple of shots. Yeah, Vince was playing way around the back there towards that large arch around the side. Drakeus is doing a very nice job avoiding rockets, picks off Esper with a great shot from around the side of the capture point, and comes back with another one too. 5-1 advantage now for TCM.
Ow, that is brutal. That is a really tough disadvantage to come back from. So High Rollers Gaming, they need 2 quick offensive capture rounds. There's not a lot of rounds left, so we'll see what they can do. Vince making his way up here, avoiding some of those rockets, and see if he can pick anyone off. Oh, just getting those rockets, just looking fancy. Just, quick shooter trying to show off here a bit.
That's right. Well, but unfortunately it doesn't work out that well for him because he immediately gets hit by a rocket in the face. That's usually not conducive towards capturing a point. Anyway, so Vince now, he's in a decent spot. He's over on top of the defenders, and if he can pick one off and isolate him, he can actually drop in between them and get a pretty easy capture. He's actually going to try and be aggressive with a great shot around the side of the point there as Vince does get picked off.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Drakeus, I'm sorry.
So he is actually going to back off for a bit. He's avoiding a ton of rockets, actually jumps off the wall there to get over one. Really impressive footwork, but just barely missing that one. It knocked him back a little bit. We'll see if he can get someone. He's going for the capture point. He's going for the capture. It's very close. He does pick it up. That is huge for High Rollers right now. Really impressive play. But I have to wonder what else is on that list of things not conducive to winning the match. That's like the John Madden thing. Well,
that's right.
You want to win the game in order to win the match there.
The team that scores more points is likely to win this round. So we'll see what Daladave does, and misses a quick shot there. Esper, if she gotten picked off right away, that would actually made it very difficult for HRG going forward. But that's a little bit of momentum back in HRG's favor right now. They've landed that all-important attack round. If they can get a good stop here, the next round actually ties it up.
Wow, really nice intuition from Daladave there, recognizing that poor Billy was behind him, so he turns around real quick, avoiding some of those rockets. He is actually going to rush the point now. 7 seconds remaining. He does have poor Billy isolated, so he could actually go in. There's actually 1 pick off, so this is huge for him. 3 versus 2, and poor Billy is still isolated. There's 1, so 3 armors left versus the 1 defender, and he picks up the last guy.
Oh, those last 3 shots were fantastic, all just around corners. Very, very predictive shots, and nice job on his part. But now we're getting really close to the end. Now it becomes incredibly important for HRG to pick up attack rounds. It's no longer you can just maintain with defensive rounds and hope to pick up something on the back of your strongest attacker later on. No, they have to start hitting consecutive attack rounds.
Well, and every single member of Roughnecks has scored an attack round so far, so they've had success across the board. He is actually going for him, so poor Billy trying to get a capture. Drakey is almost missing him there, but or just missing him, but barely missing him. We'll see if he can grab anyone.
All right, well, poor Billy narrowly avoiding all of those rockets there. He's going to take a little bit harder approach here, going across the top. Same problems as we mentioned before. Pretty easy for the defenders to spot you, and it does give you a little bit of position on them to actually get a better shot. But if you're hit once, it creates a very predictable drop path that people are usually able to just kind of shoot you down.
Oh my God, I can't believe he just 3v1 captured that. Holy cow.
Yeah,
wow.
That was awesome.
What a round. I'm just like blown away here. He dropped right down on it. That was so risky. I can't believe he did that.
Just balls of steel there as he drops down into the attack point. But Alliance trying to all right. Oh, Billy. All right, so Alliance now is back on it for TCM, and they haven't dropped an attack round in quite a while, actually. So despite the fact that HRG's done a really nice job of taking the past couple of attack rounds on their side and keeping it close, TCM's never let off the pressure.
Yeah, no, they definitely have been putting some nice pressure on the defense by not. Well, they're also not leaving themselves exposed. So you see them like peeking behind there. Poor Billy actually trying to take down Alliance, and this is actually an interesting exchange. No one getting hit here. Alliance does take 1 shot, but he's actually not able to grab poor Billy either. So he's down to 1 armor. This is a great opportunity for High Rollers. So a nice little turnaround. They still only have a couple of rounds left. They need another attacker. Will poor Billy make it back to the attacking round? He will if they defend all the attacks, I think.
Yes,
so.
and they only need 1 more attack round now to tie things up. Yes, that would leave them with a 1-round deficit, but it's easier to pick up that a defensive round usually. So Esper here can really turn around the fortunes of HRG if she's able to land something pretty efficient. A nice attack route, actually, again, going with that position off to the left-hand side, but it does give you a good spot to catch out defenders in the open.
Yeah, just a nice little quick wall jump there. Trying to find someone. She does have those long-range, opportunities, and that's usually kind of one of the best spots to be in to pick up those attacking rounds is just pick up a quick snipe early on, turn it into a 2v1. She is going to back off for a second, but they're not really pressuring her so far. She actually just barely avoids that rocket and then almost picks up a kill there just with a quick click.
Yeah, she's been so close on a bunch of these shots, too, narrowly missing just a couple of shots. She's going to try and assault the capture point, but can't quite get there. Gets picked off, and TCM is up 7-4.
Yeah, so it is very close. I mean, any one attack round here basically seals the fate for high rollers. Drakey is going to be moving in, and we'll see if he can find success. He did have one earlier, avoiding those rockets at the very beginning of that map, but I don't know, we'll see what he can do. This is like Star Wars to me, like all these rockets flying by.
Shoo, shoo. That was probably the poorest sound effect I think I've ever done in my entire life.
That was actually about the sound effect I would do too.
I am not a natural Michael Winslow. Nice shot from around the side there. Drakey is up in a pretty good spot. 3 armors now, just 2 defenders remaining. Poor Billy, of course, has been great on defense, so it's a good member to take out right away.
Oh, wow. I thought he was going to have that, trying to pick off the heel. 5-centimeter miss. He's going for it again. Oh, man, that is really close. So he does have a really good opportunity here, 2v1. He does have 3 armors remaining, and he's trying to get the point. Another close miss. Wow, he is just getting as close as you can be. Going for the capture point. He's actually knocked back. Oh, they barely get him. I can't believe that they picked him up there.
That was great for HRG. I mean, that looked pretty dire initially with poor Billy dropping right away at the very beginning. Thought there was a good opportunity for Drakeus to get in. And as you mentioned before, just one more attack round would really kind of seal the fate for TCM. So let's go ahead and see what Vince can do now as he rolls his way up to the front.
Yeah, and he did have a successful attack round earlier. So this has actually been a very offensive, 47-meter shot. That is exactly what he wanted to start off with. This has been a very offensive map so far. When usually you see a lot of back and forth in the defensive end. He's actually rushing down Dave, going to try and pop over the top here, and actually gets hit by a couple of rockets.
Yeah, that was very risky, and it's going to be very difficult for him to get out of there, and he can't. Vince goes down 8-5, just one more round now, and we're going to see TCM walk away with the victory. It can be an attack round or any of the next 2 defensive rounds.
Well, and you have to kind of wonder, he had the first shot, so he has a 2v1 opportunity. He has 3 armors left. He goes for, just the really risky play. I don't know if that was really that necessary. If he had kept it out in the open field, by going for that, he wasn't able to, get himself in a position to escape when they rushed him down. But we'll see what Dave is going to do here, just barely missing poor Billy, always at that front point.
Okay, well, once again, sitting up on top of the high ground with all the perils that entails. That was a fairly risky maneuver there. Thankfully, no one was watching for it, though, and it did give him an open look on Vince off to the side, but he wasn't able to connect with the shot.
Yeah, so he does take a shot from poor Billy. Poor Billy's actually rushing him down here. We'll see if he turns the corner. Oh, picks him up barely 9 meters. So it is 2v2 now. He has those 2 armors, picks up another shot. Now Esper is the sole defender. This is the final round. There it is. The map goes to Roughnecks. Really impressive play from both teams, actually. High Rollers had some really nice shots there.
Yeah, High Rollers did a really good job right at the kind of towards the middle of the match when they were down a couple of attack rounds of just dropping straight into the attack onto